Women are unrighteous. That's an interesting word, unrighteous, right? Because what is righteousness, right? Who knows what righteousness is? And this is going to be an argument until the world's end. Is that what is righteousness and what is morality? What are ethics? And particularly with atheists, in the liberal crowd, they always want to break things down into semantics and argue every little point, morality is subjective. Well, even if we have a bottom line base of righteousness, such as, say, the golden rule, which is treat others how you want to be treated, right? Even if we just have that as a base, not to say that we have the Bible or God's commandments or any of that stuff as a standard, just the bottom line, don't treat other people like crap. Don't treat other people, treat other people how you would want to be treated. The bottom line, basic golden rule, karmic rule. Even if we go by that, women are unrighteous, right? And, I talk about this a lot in my videos, but men and women do not have the same standards in society. Men, we have to be truthful. We have to, live a certain way. Now, of course, not every man is, not everybody is. There's many unrighteous people out there. But, we have to have some sort of standard, or else we won't get hired for jobs. We won't be able to maintain business relationships, et cetera, right? We won't be able to be accepted into social groups, whatever, right? But women don't have those same standards. They really don't. And this always goes back to gynocentrism, which, she's a female, whatever. And we don't talk much about this in society, the manipulative nature of women, right? And I always refer back to this great book written by a woman named Esther Villar. It takes a woman to know a woman, right? People always say women understand women and women don't like each other, right? It's because they do. They understand each other. They know their tricks. Now, not every guys are going to be a red pill guy. Not every guy is going to go through all the crap that we've had to go through to get to this knowledge base. This is why we speak, all the red pill channels. This is why we talk about this, because we've earned it. We've gone through the shit to know what it is, to be able to talk about it, right? We've been burned. We've been shit on. We've been all the things, right? And people always like to say, not all women. And I agree, it's not all women. I always say this, it's not all women, but I'd say it's most. And I would say if most aren't perpetrating, most are benefiting, right? They're benefiting. It's the best time in the world to be a female. It's the best time in world history to be a female. I mean, they've got it in spades. They're basically deities at this point in society, which is audacious and mind-blowing for them to say that they're still somehow oppressed. You got this cunt, Alyssa Milano, won't shut the hell up, probably because she has no career anymore. And this is what happens when celebrities can't find work anymore. They take to Twitter and start acting oppressed, or jump on the bandwagon for some cause, right? You have no career, shut up. You're not a feminist. You are a selfish narcissist. You're a spoiled, privileged Western woman who wouldn't know what genuine equality is if it slapped you in the face with its nuts. And I'm sure you're getting a lot of nuts slapped in your face, as are most Western women. Which leads me to this unrighteous point, right? What is righteousness? Again, bottom line, baseline, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, golden rule, they're still not succeeding in that. Who raised them? Who taught you right from wrong? Nobody, because you're a princess, right? You've been told you were a princess from day one. So nobody's teaching you how to be kind. No one's teaching you how to be honest. No one's instilling in you a good character. You're a female. You don't need all that. All you need is sex. Their selfishness, their narcissism won't allow them to be righteous. How can you be righteous if everything you do is for yourself? How can you say do unto others as you would have them do unto you if all you want to do is manipulate for yourself? If your every action is to get something for yourself, your every motive, your every ambition is to get something for yourself. How could you treat others kindly? How could you treat others as if you would want them to treat you? You couldn't. You can't. People don't even think that way. When I was growing up, I had a bad family. My father was dysfunctional. He was an alcoholic. He had a disease. He was addicted to alcohol. And he was kind of a wretch of a man. And he didn't instill in me any qualities as far as character or anything like that. Not really. In fact, he showed me what not to do. And it was a major source of pain my whole childhood. But I had the Bible, right? So something. And my mom, would, occasionally some character lessons, but nothing really substantial or serious. But I had the Bible. And so I would read the Bible. And, in the Bible, certain verses stand out to you. And again, I'm not saying everybody needs to be religious. I'm not saying Christianity is the way to go. But it's a good barometer. Jesus says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The kingdom people seek righteousness, right? Seek righteousness first, and all the other things will be added, added unto you, right? Well, what is the world seeking? Everybody's seeking something for themselves. My car, my house, my money, my lifestyle, my family, my kids, my, right? How many people are actually seeking righteousness? This is an interesting concept because when you're selfish, it's hard to, think, it's hard to see anything outside of yourself. When you're immoral, it's hard to really see the truth about things, right? Oh, hey, you know what? I need to be kind. I need to care about other people. But the world doesn't care. Women don't care. They don't care about guys. They don't even think that way. They're so selfish and encapsulated in their own thing that they're unable to think about men, think about our plight, think about what we go through. Let alone do I really think they care. That's who does care, right? Who cares about other people? It's a weird thing to say that we live in a world, and as you get older, you realize it more and more that, as long as you have a barometer, many people don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. What the fuck is morality? What's caring about other people? I'm too busy. I gotta work and I gotta take care of my house, and all I gotta care about is myself. This is why it's so hard to make friends, let alone find a quality mate. If you're gonna find a mate, it's usually out of selfish reasons. Well, the guy wants sex, he wants intimacy, and the woman wants resources. And they sort of, if it even works that way, they sort of exchange those things, and there's sort of a copacetic agreement, a sort of a mutual agreement that, hey, you give me sex and we do this thing together, but I bring to the table resources, and this is what it is, and we'll make it work, right? And we can kind of love each other whatever, but that's secondary for the most part. You know, you're giving me a place to live and resources, and I'm giving you sex and intimacy and kids, and that's the mutual agreement, which is, you know, animalistic. Say in all my videos, there's nothing to do with love. I mean, love is at least secondary. Sure, you might love that person, but again, take away his money, you're not going to love him anymore. And this is female nature, and it's been exemplified, you know. And even if you have money, that doesn't fix things. Look at Hollywood. Look at all the Hollywood divorce. They all divorce. Because money is not the end all, right? But it's part of selfishness. It's all part of selfishness. It's unrighteous selfishness, you know. But bottom line, like, and even when we're talking about immorality, right? When women bottom line, they don't even know what that is. Like, no one told them, hey, keep your pants on. Hey, don't go sleep with a bunch of guys. Right? Now, sex is good. It feels good. It's a weird thing. It's like, oh man, but sex is great. I want to go have a bunch of sex. Well, what about love? What about this? What about that? Like, it comes down to character. It comes down to environment, how you were raised, you know. The more they have sex, the less they're going to be able to love somebody. Just what it is. You know, and it's unfortunate, but nobody told them that. Nobody's smart enough to raise their kids like that. And the world is corrupt. It's corrupting people. You know, everything. There's evil on this earth. There's an evil force on this earth urging people to be immoral. But because female nature is the way it is, they can only do that for so long. They know eventually, all right, I can't fuck around forever. I gotta settle down. I gotta have kids. I gotta, you know, get my shit together. So they gotta settle down for resources. But again, I could say it a million times. It's still not love. That's still not righteousness. Righteousness would have been, I'm not going to go sleep around. I'm going to find love, you know. And I'm not going to pick a guy just for his money so I can live in one of these nice houses. You know, I mean, for me, I'm done. Like, there's no way. Like, I'm in my 30s. I've had terrible experiences with women. I don't have the type of money to afford a woman, nor if I did what I want to, because I understand female nature now. So I'm done. Like, I wanted love 15, 20 years ago when I was in my teens and early 20s. I'm done. Like, there's nothing anybody can do or say to, I mean, you know, I hear guys sometimes say, oh, it's going to take a special woman to, like, no, even if there was a special, like, there's not going to be, but also I wouldn't, because I understand female nature, because I understand that she's not going to be pure. She's going to have a body count in the dozens, if not hundreds. It's just what it is in 2020. Not only that, I understand female nature. She's not going to hook up with me if I don't have a good job. She's not going to hook up with me if I don't have a career. She's not going to hook up with me if I don't have a mortgage. So there's no way. There's just no way for me. So, you know, I don't know. You know, it's like, women don't know this. They don't care. They're solipsistic. Have you ever talked to a woman about these things? They don't even care. They've always got an answer. They've always got some kind of like caveat. Oh, not me. Oh, it's not how I know. Like, it doesn't matter what you say. It matters what you do, right? It doesn't matter what you say. It matters what you do. And what you do is not what you say. You say, I'm not like that. I'm different. No, that's not true. You're not different. You might say that because you don't want to sound... Women will lie as easily as they breathe. Women will lie to make you think not all women are bad, right? Oh, we're not all gold diggers. We're not all hypergamous. We don't all sleep around. But it's not true. They do. They really do. And, you know, I'd rather an inconvenient truth than a convenient lie, right? Because these guys, and guys really do, these blue pill guys, they dupe themselves. And they want to be duped because they want to believe that blue pill world. They want to eat the fake steak, right? Okay, baby, all settled. I'll just ignore the fact you got a body count in the hundreds. I'll ignore the fact you got STDs. I'll ignore the fact you got porn out there. I'll ignore the fact that, I'm raising your kid from another dad, and I'll pretend like I'm some kind of hero for that. Let's pretend, because this is what these women are doing now, right? Oh, he's a hero. He's a real man. He's raising another guy's kid. Like, no, bitch, that's not his kid. He's a cuck. He's not a strong man. He's not a hero. He's actually a guy who didn't have any other options. He's a low value man who's coming out of a scarcity mindset, and you were on discount. And he said, all right, well, I better bite the bullet if I want to be with somebody. I gotta take her baggage too. I better raise her kid, and I'll pretend like I'm a hero, so we can act like we can all pretend and act like what I'm doing is such a noble thing, when the real truth is you're just raising her damn baggage. That's all. You're accepting her baggage. That's all you're doing, right? But the world is so unrighteous and immoral. They create lies to cover up the truth, which is that you were a whore, you were a slut, and you got pregnant. Some dude knocked you up, and he wasn't a good pick because, sex and relationships are different criteria, right? You might want to fuck a guy, but he might not be good in a relationship, or he might not even have wanted a relationship with you, which is probably the case, right? He just wanted some pussy. And oops, didn't use a condom. Oops, got pregnant. Like, okay, well, now some guys got to raise your mistake, and they gloss, they gloss it over with new terms like, you're not a mistake. You're a happy accident. Like, you're a loving accident. Like, bitch, you got knocked up by some dude. It's a fucking mistake. You didn't want the kid, and you had him, and then you loved him when he came. Unfortunately, he's a little bastard, and unfortunately, you gotta lie to him his whole life and say, oh, you were so special, God, you're so special. Like, I'm so glad you came, and I love you. Like, he was a fucking mistake. Sorry. It's the truth. Because you were a whore. You didn't keep your legs closed. Because your parents didn't raise you right, and society's unrighteous, and you're unrighteous, and you don't know what righteousness is because you're selfish and narcissistic because of gynocentrism, because everybody puts you on a pedestal. Right? So women are immoral. They don't know. They're unrighteous. Hey, you better do the right thing. What's the right thing? Not being a whore. Hey, you better do the right thing. What's the right thing? Not sleeping around. Find somebody to love while you're fresh and you got your whole life to give them, as opposed to, 10, 15 years down the line when Chad is finally done fucking you and you gain 20 pounds and you're all used up and you got STDs and you look like shit from swallowing all that semen. After you hit the wall, now you're ready for Chad. Now you're ready for the right man, the nice guys, right? And they're always fucking. They're always sleeping with somebody. There's no exception. Oh, I'm just waiting for the right guy. No, you're not. You got Tom, Dick, and Harry on speed dial. Come over at 1 a.m. for a dick appointment. That's what it is. This is unrighteousness, man. You think she's out looking for the right one? No. She's enjoying being single because feminism told her, you go, girl. You get yours. Feminism lied to you. Society lied to you. Your parents failed. And how many guys are you going to hurt on your way there? How many guys who want to love you Women always act like guys are the players. Yeah, right. We don't have enough abundance to be players. Only the top 10% of us can do it. The rest of us can't. Most men are in a scarcity mindset. We're not even able to do that. And women know that. That's the funny thing. They know that. They know we're in a scarcity mindset, and they don't mess with us. They don't mess with guys in a scarcity mindset, and they don't even, they don't even admit to themselves that they're like this, because it benefits them. Look at fucking Tomi Lahren, whatever the hell her name is. Look at how ugly and narcissistic her attitude is. I'm privileged. I expect men to do all this stuff for me. Meanwhile, you're getting fucked and chucked by Chad, and you get all kinds of pick of the litter, right? And yet you're still somehow oppressed. Oh, men are still oppressing me. Men are trash. You're a joke. Your whole gender's a joke. So it's a joke, man. If women weren't like this by and large, why are red pill channels blowing up? Why is there hundreds of thousands of views on red pill videos within a week? Hello, red pill is not the opposite of feminism. People don't care about feminism that much. Sure, when when women are manipulating it, when women are working the system, yeah, they're feminists so they can get the benefits. There's no oppression of women in modern society. There's no oppression here. That's a joke. There's not. Women are privileged. Women are put on pedestals. Women are worshipped. Women are deities in our society. Anyway, is there ever a righteous woman? What is a righteous woman? By nature, I would argue they're not even righteous. Hypergamy isn't righteous. It's not fair. There's no fairness. There's no love about hypergamy. Can a woman really ever love you if she's hypergamous? I doubt it. As long as you're buttering her bread, maybe. As long as you're putting a roof over her head, sure. You're taking care of that security need in her biology. But you lose your job, is she going to stick around? Is she going to go live in a one-bedroom apartment with you? Is she going to suffer on food stamps with you? Is she going to eat cornflakes with you? No, she's going to go sell her pussy to the next bidder. That's female nature. It's unrighteous by definition. This is female nature. We know what it is. Is there exceptions? Sure, but they're rare. They're rare. Rare exceptions. Rare. As long as you're working, as long as you got that, because this is in female nature for a guy to provide. Their love is attached to that. I'd say it's very rare for a woman to love idealistically. Very, very rare for her to love in any other type of way that's not selfish or something that's not fulfilling her security needs, fulfilling her biology of her nature of wanting to be taken care of. So, I mean, is there really any argument at this point? Is there any, really? Maybe you got lucky. There's always the exception. There's always that guy that's like, yeah, I married my wife and we love each other and da-da-da. Hey man, if that happened and it worked out, awesome. I think some slipped through the cracks. I think there's some young marriages, but she's still got that female nature. She's still got that eye. She sees, my husband makes this. She knows how much money her husband makes. She knows women know the value of the men in their lives. They know the value of the men in their lives. Let me just repeat that. Women know the value of the men in their lives. They know what they're dealing with. They know who they got. And yes, some of them will at times, because they might love a guy, they'll look the other way when the guy's broke or not successful because they love the guy. But a lot of times those relationships don't work out a lot. But again, the point therein is they know the value of the guy that they're dealing with. So keep that in mind, that they might still look the other way, but they still know the value, if that makes sense. Real righteousness, real love, real altruistic love would say, I don't even care. I don't even think about it like that. I don't think about his value. But this is female nature. It's female nature to think about the value of a man, right? She knows. Think about that. She knows your value. That means she's thought about it. That means she summed you up, right? I've been poor before and had girlfriends and they might have loved me for a while. And then when we broke up, the truth came out. Oh, you don't make a lot of money. You don't work that much. You're a loser. You don't even work. You don't even make money. See? So they felt that way while you were dating. But because of love, they ignored it. But that doesn't mean it's still not there. You see, that's female nature. They know your value because this is how the female nature of the female brain works. Value, value, value. This is hypergamy. This is nature, the top man, right? So can you ever really trust a woman like that? Can you ever really love a woman like that? The blue pill guys can, because they ignore all this shit. They call us incels, they call us losers, woman haters, misogynists, whatever. Because that's all denial. They want to ignore, they want to believe that she really loves him altruistically. They don't know that she's got you summed up, buddy. She might love you, she might be with you in your little your little 1-bedroom apartment. You know, you work at Costco or Walmart or whatever. She loves you and she's dealing with it. You know, she's dealing with what you guys have. But she knows your value. And she knows she can get somebody better than you. Because she also knows the value of her pussy. Women know this better than anyone. They know they can slang that pussy and get a higher value guy. Not to say that they'll for sure do that. They might chill with the guy who works at Costco, 1-bedroom apartment, because they love him. But again, they know their value. See the point? In the back of their mind, they know. Can you really love somebody like that? Who's estimating you based on your resources? Who's estimating your worth as a man based on what you earn? Who even has that kind of thought in her head? Or who even harbors those kind of considerations in her heart? I can't, because I know female nature. I'm ruined. Once you take the red pill, you can't look back. Once you know the real truth, you can't go back. You can't go back. This is why blue pill guys don't want to talk about this kind of stuff. They don't even want to know the truth. They want to stay in their illusion. They want to stay in the matrix. They want to keep eating that fake steak. Not my girl. My girl's different. I've heard it all. You're just a woman hater. You're an incel. Ooh. I've heard it all. They want to stay in that blue pill world. And these are the guys, you know, women like that kind of guy. She doesn't want the woke man. She doesn't want the red pill guy. Because the red pill guy knows all her tricks. The red pill guy knows her. He knows how she rolls. Right? He knows the truth. Women don't want guys knowing the truth. They want guys ignorant so they can slide under the radar, so they can manipulate, so they can push their program through. Hey, raise my kids. Hey, pay my rent. Hey, accept my past, right? Love me anyways, despite the fact that I'm damaged. Love me anyways, despite the fact that I'm not really doing much for you. Love me anyways, despite the fact that I wasn't even looking for you 2 years ago. I was getting fucked by whole football teams, right? Love me anyways, despite the fact I cheated on you. I just made a mistake, right? They'll walk on guys. They got guys hamstrung. They got guys by the balls, literally and figuratively, right? They know. They want the blue pill guy. They want those guys they want the guys to say, I'm a man. I'm manning up. I'm providing. I'm a provider. That's what men do. I'm taking care of a family. They want that because they can manipulate that guy. Yeah, you are. You're a man. I'll suck your dick. I'll fuck you. But pay for my kids. You know, I'll make you feel like a man. But, you know, pay my mortgage. Pay my rent. You know. They'll manipulate. They'll leech. Listen to the Manipulated Man by Esther Villar. It's on YouTube. Listen to that audiobook. That's the truth, man. Once you take the red pill, can't go back. Appreciate you guys listening. It's been Jay Lee, Northwest Podcast. Peace.